Hi, I'm George Mandl, and I am an Emmy-nominated editor for History of the World Part 2, Episode 3. History of the World Part 2 was a dream job for me in the sense that I grew up with Mel Brooks on my TV. Spaceballs was his movie that kind of cut to the core of me when I was a child at the right age. When I got this call, I was over the moon. It was an incredible show to work on. We had so much fun. We had a collaborative editing team. We functioned like an improv group. It was just yes and the whole season. The editors, the EPs, Nick Kroll, Wanda Sykes, Ike Barinholtz, David Stassen. There was no ego involved. It was everyone trying to make the best show that they could in the spirit of Mel Brooks. Episode 3 has a lot of variety, and which I think is important in this category. We looked at all of our episodes and we felt that this one really went across various genres and formats. We had a Civil War sketch and the Russian Revolution sketch, which were what we call our tent poles. They were these longer sketches that span over multiple episodes. So then we had your more traditional sketches like the Alexander Graham Bell sketch where he gets a crank call. Very Mel Brooks. And then we had a masterclass with Taika Waititi as Freud, Jack Black, Dove Cameron, and Pamela Adlon. We hit a wide range of style, and I think that's what makes variety variety. And it kind of goes back to Mel Brooks' origins with Sid Caesar. I was actually very far away from Hollywood. I was up in the Russian River with my family on a vacation, which is pretty rare for us, but we were actually in the process of getting a kayak to go out on the river. And my phone just started going zzz, 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 zzz. And I knew that the nominations were coming up that day, but because I was on vacation, I was kind of like trying to do the opposite and not have too many expectations about it. You never know. But I saw, boom, congrats, whatever, just a bunch of texts from friends and colleagues. And then I fumbled through the internet on my phone on a river and found that we were nominated and celebrated by kayaking around the river. This show is incredibly collaborative. Multiple editors and assistants sharing sketches, working on different episodes at different times. One of the primary tools we used was a shared server, a Nexus, that our assistants brilliantly organized and made it so that we were just operating smoothly the whole way through. As far as the tools within Avid, it's hard to say because I feel like Avid has kind of become an extension of me. Like I use it every day, all the time. But this episode actually had one tool in particular that I use regularly, Fluid Morph. I used it on a Civil War sketch where we had 3 guys standing by a wagon, and there were Union soldiers who were about to go on a big secret mission. They were passing stuff back and forth to each other. One guy would lift something up off the ground, pass it to the middle guy. The third guy would take it and put it in the wagon, and then rinse and repeat. And I was trying to connect the motion on one side of the cut with the action on the other side, and I used fluid morphs to make that happen. This shot also happened to have a boom in it and some other stuff that I wanted out. And so I ended up using a split screen on top of, I think, what was 3 or 4 fluid morphs on one wide shot. And it's something that I call Splorf, which is split screen fluid morph. It's something I learned from an editor named Christopher Gay when I was working in the Mad Men cutting rooms. So Media Composer to me is sort of the go-to for professional editors in film and television. I have worked in other NLEs before, but since I have been working in the film and television business, pretty much all of my jobs have been on Avid Media Composer. So I would say that it's helped me in the sense that that's what all the cutting rooms seem to be. And it's what I use regularly. Like I said before, it's like an extension of, the way I think now and when I edit. Editing TV is such a great career because you're combining art and technology. You're getting to play with both of those things to tell great stories. And I personally like editing comedy. I like to go to work and laugh. I like to be around funny people. And I love to try and help great comedians make their jokes the funniest versions of themselves. And we just have a lot of fun doing it.